Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They set up the screen to Rawls. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer,
the big fella! And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jimmy Graham, 46 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead.
Could not have scripted it any better. And many offenses do script their opening possession on offense. They followed that one perfectly. Took the ball right downfield and scored, giving energy not just to the offensive unit, but to their team overall.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility? Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Forced out to his left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Trust me, Brandon, I'm not about to try and take your job. I can't do what you do. But that wasn't just 3 and out. That felt like 3 and backwards.
Well, that's exactly what it was. You can have my job whenever you want it. The drive that you're looking for, though, probably going forward, bad start to the ball game.
Yeah, not the way to get things going.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Justin Durant coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. On second down, Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one goes for 24 yards. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Seahawks. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
On second down, here's Wilson. Drops it underneath for Rawls. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out. Here's Wilson. A quick hitter complete. It's Richardson. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And Graham's got it over the middle. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A nice gain of 21 yards.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jalen Smith in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now Wilson on second down. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Richardson. Stops short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. The reception good for 7. It's third down. On third down, Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, 26 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys.
The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
On third down, that's Elliott. And he showed some fancy footwork on the juke, but then quickly taken down. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down. On fourth, they do snap it to Prescott. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. 9 yards on the pickup, and it'll be first down, Cowboys. Prescott now from the 50. He finds his target, Terrence Williams. Touchdown, Cowboys! Terrence Williams, 50 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And with very little time left on the play clock, Pete Carroll's going to call timeout. They'll have two remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They go play action here on first down. And this will be incomplete.
Hey, partner, let me take you league-wide for a second. Surprised right now that we only have 2 3-0 teams remaining, Atlanta and Kansas City?
After last week's games, yes, because a number of them came in with great momentum, and you thought that that would continue. I thought Tampa Bay would win at Minnesota and continue to be undefeated. You know, I thought that Oakland had a great chance to be undefeated after playing at Washington. But this league, parity is the word, and each and every week you better be ready to play. But with Atlanta and Kansas City, I thought Atlanta, they shook off the demons of that Super Bowl slump right there in the first game against Chicago when they won a close one, and they've elevated since then. In Kansas City, they continue to be red hot. The last couple of seasons, they've been hard to beat.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. From the gun on third down, Wilson eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. First down, Wilson. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Baldwin. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. The 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Martin, I know is hard to believe, but sometimes guys who are built with the dimension of linebackers can actually get lost from sight by the quarterback.
Well, they're usually not the tallest guys.
So, yeah, that allows him sometimes to kind of hide down in there, kind of get a little bit lower, and maybe he just never saw him. But, boy, he sure wishes he had. He picked it off and ran it all the way back for a touchdown.
And he's got it up and through. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Again, it's Elliott. A little juke. Space to maneuver at the 40. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now Prescott drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Second down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first. They hand off to their big tight end. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Now that run, that's exactly why you stay with the running game. You don't abandon it totally. You stick with it, keep telling your guys to stay motivated, and they found a crease on that play.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. That good for 22 and a first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
First down, a run with McFadden. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And that was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Give him 8 yards. There's still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down at about the length of the football. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. On the sneak, it's Prescott. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. So the chains are on their sides. It's 1st and goal from the 6. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack onto their lead as we get set for the 4th. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They'll try again with Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will extend their lead even further. So a big one there as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the 4th quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. Now Wilson on 1st down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Anthony Hitchens able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A gain of 32 that time. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. From the gun, it's Wilson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
It's caught. Lockett. And they showed a little athletic juke, but then the daylight quickly closed. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3 and out.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points,
but
and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. After this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. Prescott now on 2nd down. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. The Cowboys' all-time receptions leader, Jason Witten, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down. And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance. Looking to throw. Prescott. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And, oh, a good hit there and knocked down hard at the 33. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up 4th down. They'll run it with Elliott. And, boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're... say he's short of the line to gain. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They'll look to throw. Going to Rawls on the dump off. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
So the D-line's going to spread out. He'll look to throw. Quick hitch, complete. It's Richardson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. He's back to throw. Being chased out left. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. The 40. He's at the 30. The 20. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.